The first 8 minutes of the new upcoming Kraven movie was just released, and while it looks good, there is just one problem. The film's portrayal of Kraven as an anti-hero rather than the traditional villain is a decision that is disappointing on multiple levels. His evolution from a villain to an anti-hero in the upcoming film risks undermining the essence of the character, and in doing so, it may ultimately make the movie another flop. Kraven is a complete villain. In the original comics, Kraven is introduced as a dangerous and psychotic villain who is obsessed with proving himself as the greatest hunter in the world, even if it means going to extremes. His motivations are rooted in a distorted sense of honor and achievement, and he has no qualms about resorting to violence and deception to accomplish his goals. He is not interested in justice or morality. He is driven purely by ego and desire to prove himself as the best. By casting Kraven as an anti-hero in the upcoming movie, the filmmakers seem to be shifting the focus from these defining villainous qualities to something more palatable for modern audiences. This feels completely out of place for a character like Kraven. The core of his identity lies in his obsession with defeating Spider-Man and proving his superiority, not in a moral journey of redemption or self-reflection. He enjoys hunting and killing animals, not heroism. Turning Kraven into an anti-hero risks diluting the complex psychology that makes him such a fascinating villain. In the comics, Kraven's actions aren't motivated by any deeper sense of righteousness. They are motivated by vanity, insecurity, and an overwhelming need to prove himself as the greatest hunter of all time. To position him as someone who might occasionally act in the service of good or with noble intentions misses the point of what makes Kraven so captivating as a villain. Another significant concern is that the decision to portray Kraven as an anti-hero is part of a broader trend in Hollywood to take well-established villains and reframe them in a more sympathetic light. Films like Venom and Morbius have already embraced the anti-hero trope with other Spider-Man villains, and while some audiences have enjoyed these films, they have generally just been trash. The danger with this trend is that it weakens the impact of these villains. If they are no longer purely antagonistic figures, it becomes harder for them to stand out as threats to the heroes they oppose. If Kraven, a character who once symbolized pure danger and obsession, is reimagined as an anti-hero, what does that say about the future of Spider-Man's villains? Is the Green Goblin just misunderstood and is damaging New York for a good reason? They better not do that. Ultimately, what makes Kraven the Hunter so compelling is his unrelenting nature, his pride, and his willingness to go to any lengths to prove his superiority. He is a villain who thrives on his sense of competition with Spider-Man, and his role as a merciless antagonist is central to his character. The movie's decision to portray him as an anti-hero, someone who may fight for a cause or seek redemption, misses the mark in understanding what made him great in the first place. Kraven is a villain through and through, and he deserves to remain one. By embracing his darker nature, the film could present a much more compelling and true-to-character portrayal, allowing him to be someone like the
Us. It's your strength. Us when it drives you.